Just look at me now. Just look at me now. Just look at me now. Eyes up on me, take a look at me now. Just look at me now. Just look at me now. Eyes up on me, take a look at me now.
Takes on the strike. Nice body.
I am not stopping. Just look at me now.
Chelsea are champions.
Look at me now.
The Barclays Women's Super League has returned after a 5-week hiatus for the winter break. And whilst we've had freezing temperatures across the UK of late, well, things are just beginning to hot up on the pitch. Here's what's coming up. The top two sides from last season met at Stamford Bridge, with Manchester United looking to make the most of a curve-shaped hole in the Chelsea attack. City were ready to pounce on any slip-up from the league-leading Blues. They hosted Liverpool. And there's a London derby as Spurs of the North travel to East to face West Ham. And to make sure this programme doesn't go south, a couple of all-time WSL greats, Farrah Williams and Rachel Yankey. But we start at Stamford Bridge as Manchester United travel to Chelsea, yet to beat the Blues in the WSL after 7 previous attempts.
Real glamour fixture.
Two of the biggest names in English football.
Games of the season.
First ever meeting between Chelsea and Manchester United.
A big moment. 1-0 Chelsea.
That's a lovely Chelsea goal. Manchester United on terms.
Carey scores! Chelsea on top.
It's just glorious. It's what the champions do. United pay the price. Suddenly, Chelsea have turned the game on its head.
Oh, that's brilliant! Bang, bang.
In the game of the season, it's one of the goals of the season.
What a day for WSL, and it starts right here.
Watching on at Stamford Bridge, Farrah, keeping her busy today, was alongside Robin Cowan.
5 changes from the side that needed extra time to win against West Ham in the FA Cup. Hannah Hampton makes just her second WSL appearance for Chelsea. There's a full debut for Natalie Bjorn, a January signing from Everton. Niamh Charles also returns from suspension. Melanie Leupolz makes just her second start since October. And Mia Fischel, who got the goal scoring going against the Hammers, leads the line. Just the one change from the United team that had a comfortable win over Newcastle. Leah Golson comes in for Nikita Paris, who drops to the bench. Ella Toone has found her form, scoring 3 in her last 4 in all competitions. Lucia Garcia makes her first league start since October, and Hannah Blundell comes up against the team where she won 8 major trophies. Picked up by Cuthbert, and again, too easy. Cannerid is in on goal here. It's Cannerid, slowed down by Blundell, tries to play in Guru Wrighton. Cannerid, James, 1-0. Well, Chelsea had multiple chances to take the lead in that action alone. And it's Lauren James against her former club who applies the finishing touch and gives Chelsea an early advantage.
Yeah, and the composure Chelsea shown inside the Manchester United box. But what an assist it was for Lauren James to just pass into the back of the net. Fantastic from Chelsea, and really good composure in front of goal.
Lauren James with her 8th goal of the season. It's already her best return in the WSL. Emma Hayes, 201st WSL game in charge of Chelsea. Most wins, most games, most trophies in the WSL era. Lovely ball over the top, it's James! Never in doubt. Majestic from James. Chelsea double their lead.
It's a fantastic finish, by the way, from Lauren James there. It's a long direct ball. It comes from one ball. I think Mary Earps is indecisive. Fantastic ball beyond the Manchester United back line, and Lauren James, the first time, just hits it hard and low. Does really well, head over it, executes it really well, and Lauren James loves playing at Stamford Bridge, that's for sure, because when she's here, you're guaranteed a goal.
Is Zelen. Well, not the ball that Galton would have wanted. Bjorn couldn't keep hold of it. Jace, oh! Flying Hannah Hampton. Had to do something.
I wasn't too sure if Hannah Hampton needed to make the save, but on the replay you can see that it was on target, and it's actually a good save from Hampton.
Mark Skinner has never beaten Emma Hayes. It's going to take something pretty special for that run to change from here. Garcia, awkward ball for her to control. Jace. Brilliant run. Jace, Garcia. It's there. United back in it. Hayley Ladd. Excellent goal from United, and it could be a crucial one as well.
You know, no one expected United to get a goal back before the half, but how important this goal is going to be come the end of the game. You see there, the little nutmeg on Charles, fantastic block, and then Hayley Ladd's there to finish up.
Galton collects. Jace. Lovely ball for Toon. This is a chance, it's Toon. Prevented from taking a shot by a brilliant challenge from Lawrence. Galton to Garcia! Just wide. Two big chances.
Huge chances there. I mean, the recovery from Lawrence here, she's beaten. To get that last-ditch tackle just as Ella Toon's about to strike. A phenomenal tackle, and then the cross comes back in. Really good delivery to the back post. Charles can't see Garcia behind her, and the header towards goal was just wide of the post, but Man United have come out a little bit brighter already in these opening 5 minutes of the second half.
One back well by United. Garcia is played in. It's Garcia. Toon. Ladd! Saved by Hampton. Superb goalkeeping. They just took a little too much time there, United.
Awful defending by Chelsea. Bjorn's left 1v1 with Garcia. Garcia takes maybe too much time. Bjorn does actually really well to just put her off. And then the cut back from Garcia just wasn't good enough. But this from Hannah Hampton, you know, diving at the feet of Hayley Ladd to make it really difficult and get the block in.
James. Letitia trying to prevent her from getting a shot on goal, but James will, of course she does. It's James. Turned aside this time.
She's so good at doing that. She's such a, you know, fantastic player. She gets you thinking that there's nothing on, and all of a sudden, the way she just cuts back onto her left foot. Fantastic balance.
Chelsea now starting to find their rhythm again. Cannerid. Off Turner for a corner.
Cannerid does well. She's done well all afternoon, getting those little combinations, you know, beyond Hannah Blundell to get deliveries into the box. The only problem is with Lauren James playing in the line, she's never in between the sticks where she needs to be for those deliveries that are coming in.
Here is James. Superb delivery. A brilliant save from Mary Earps.
That was a great head around the back. It was a really good delivery in from Lauren James, and it was Bjorn actually that got herself around the back post. Really good header. The post saves Manchester United.
Oh, Galton falls nicely for her. Galton is in. Down she goes. No penalty. Well, that is a big call. Big, big call from Abigail Byrne.
I think Galton's trying to buy a penalty here. Lawrence not much in it. Certainly not enough to give the penalty. And if the game did have VAR, they wouldn't overturn that decision from the ref.
Well, that was a close call. Oh, it's fallen nicely here for Lauren James. Can she rubber stamp this victory? Of course she can. Lauren James with another Stamford Bridge hat-trick to confirm victory for Chelsea. It is just too simple.
Back-to-back hat-tricks in the WSL when Chelsea have played at Stamford Bridge. Lauren James celebrating with the fans. They would have loved that moment.
And there we have it. Another hurdle cleared in the race for the title for Chelsea. The champions have beaten Manchester United here at Stamford Bridge by 3-1.
It's always tough playing against Man United, but I mean, with the fans behind us at Stamford Bridge, we love playing here. And yeah, I think our performance from the start today, you know, you could tell everyone was up for it.
I can't ask any more from Lauren James today. She really responded with the performance her team wanted from her too. And equally, I thought we played a strong team performance the whole game.
I'm frustrated because I think there's decisions in the game. There's one where Hayley should score, and that's her second. She did great for the goal, and I thought she was really combative in midfield, but we have to score that. Then all of a sudden the game changes. And I think that's a penalty. We got 2 last year against Chelsea that were not given, and that it ended up meaning that we didn't win the title. And that's a massive difference. In this game, you have to be on your mettle as players, as staff, as officials. And I feel in this game, there'll be moments that they'll reflect on and go, maybe that's not correct.
Yes, we'll come on to that penalty incident shortly. But in terms of Chelsea, Farah, that's 21 home league wins in a row. All the talk coming into today's game was how will they cope without Sam Kerr. They didn't seem to miss her too much, though.
They didn't miss her too much today. You know, the result shows that. But they're going to miss her at some point in the season. I think the goals that she scored for Chelsea in crucial, you know, moments, the amount of match-winning goals she's actually scored, she's a big player for them. But we saw, you know, the performances of Lauren James today, and you know, of course, when you score a hat-trick in place of Sam Kerr, you know, for a moment, people won't be talking about Sam Kerr, but I'm sure Chelsea will have their struggles where, you know, they will definitely miss Sam.
Last week against West Ham, where they struggled through in the FA Cup, Emma Hayes said they looked a bit rusty. She made 5 changes today. Some of them were quite brave, including starting new signing Natalie Bjornes in defence. You also got Hannah Hampton making her WSL debut in goal, but they seemed to really dominate that opening period, didn't they?
Yeah, they definitely did. I think that's Emma Hayes all over, though, making the brave decisions. I thought Chelsea started off really brightly. You could see it means a lot to them playing at Stamford Bridge, and they really went for Manchester United.
They made the most of the right flank today as well. They've had so much space in the opening 20 minutes, Farah.
Yeah, I think Lauren James caused them problems. I thought her movement, she was quite narrow, which obviously affected the fullback. You can see here, Lauren James and Helen Blundell was actually really narrow. But I think Millie Turner, her centre-half, you know, teammate, didn't really help her. And then they had acres of space out on, you know, the flanks, and certainly, as you mentioned there, on that right-hand side throughout the first half. It was a problem for Manchester United. And obviously, look, we see the goal comes from it. It's a fantastic finish there from Lauren James.
Love that finish. It was a clever finish, wasn't it, outside of the foot.
This is the one I like. This is the one I like the most. I think the movement, Fischl comes short, and then Lauren James stretches playing behind. It really confuses, you know, the defenders when you have that type of movement, one short and one long. And it was a really good movement from Lauren, and Beyond obviously picks out the pass, which was fantastic, but the finish, you know.
I mean, after the opening 25 minutes or so, it looked like Chelsea were going to run away with it. Then Manchester United finally got themselves together, and had they been a little bit more clinical, they could have potentially got something out of this game.
Yeah, they could have. I think, you know, there was a little break in play, and I think that gave Mark Skinner a moment to talk to his team. And we can see here, this is when they tied it up defensively. They recognised they were getting exposed down that right-hand side, and Millie Turner, when Hannah Blundell was pulled out of position, was there to cover her position, and they got better at that. And I think in getting better with that, they grew into that last 15 minutes of the first half and created a couple of chances. You can see here, Jay-Z started to get into the game. She gets I think this is the goal where she just, a little nutmeg on Charles, a little cut back. Good block there from Buchanan, and then Hayley Ladd to finish up, and they grew into the game, and they come out like that in the second half, Rachel.
Yeah, definitely. I think they were lively, but it's just some moments, you know, where they should be finishing, they should be putting the ball in the back of the net. They've got to be clinical when you get those opportunities, especially at Stamford Bridge. There's ones like this, you know, there's just people getting in each other's way there. You just got to lift it over. You know, you just need a calm head there. But they were bright in spells, just not consistent enough.
So when the score is 2-1, Leah Galton thinks that she should be awarded a penalty. There's obviously no VAR in the Women's Super League. You can watch it back. Is it or isn't it a penalty?
When I first saw it, I thought it was a penalty because I think Lawrence's knee hits Leah Galton. and I still think exactly the same. I know you're going to disagree.
No, you can see here, this is a clear picture.
Winger.
There's slight contact. For me, not enough for Golden to go down. And I do think, and I said it in commentary, I do think if there was VAR in the game, I think they won't have overruled the referee's decision. I actually don't think it was a bad decision or a wrong decision.
Farah, I'm going to come to you on one of your favourite subjects, and that is Lauren James. She was outstanding today. In her press conference afterwards, even Emma Hayes says she's never seen a player quite like Lauren James. Why was she so great today? What is it that makes her so special?
She's got bags of talent. I think we're aware of the talent she has, and we see it in spells. You know, I think today we saw, you know, throughout the 90 minutes, you know, how much she could hurt opposition. I think now for Lauren, the next steps for her is how consistent can she be with those performances in the big games. But you don't give somebody like Lauren James this amount of space or leave her in pockets like that, because there's only going to be one ending, and that is a goal. I mean, the way she takes this, she looks like she's not interested. A good header here helps it on, but once she gets away from the defender, it's the way she takes it offline. She just takes it slightly to the left-hand side, gives herself that angle to then just pass it past the goalkeeper. But I thought she was good. I thought she was good in pockets today. I felt she linked with her teammates very well. But also what she did today, which I'm not used to seeing her do, and her second goal come from that was stretch play. And we don't often see that from Lauren. So she's certainly growing, Rach, as a player.
Yeah, definitely playing in different positions though. You know, she started off in that middle game playing higher as a number 9. So being able, when you've got someone like Sam Kerr out of your team, being able to mix it up and play different people there. Mia Fisher obviously started up front. You know, there's a different kind of player. So Manchester United had to work that out.
Yes, Chelsea are absolutely flying at the moment, as well as Lauren James as well. Liverpool began the new year as they ended the last one with a trip to Manchester. The Reds hoping for a repeat of their 2-1 victory over United against an in-form City. Commentary comes from Ben Andrews.
Kicking off the new year in the Cup at Durham last weekend, Gareth Taylor picked the exact same 11 as he did to end last year, and they continue again here, without exception in fact. So continuing in midfield, the new City Centurion, Laura Coombs, alongside Hasegawa, the platform on which that so dangerous front four can build. Liverpool also went strong with their Cup starters last week to get some momentum ahead of this league return. Matt Beard did not have Sophie Roman Haug available then. The Norwegian forward is back. And starting up top also is Natasha Flint. That's unusual that they would both start, but they do. And with Kerry Holland serving a ban, Missy Bo-Kearns comes in. Determined to play out, Herbinger has done so very neatly indeed. Here's Jenna Clark. Calmly done by Greenwood. Koivisto onto that loose ball quickly. Herbinger, that's a clever pass. Held up in the wind a bit. The lob is on! The lob is in! That is brilliant! What a goal from the skipper! The winner at Manchester United was her first WSL goal, and her second is a brilliant lob over Chiara Keating. And against the run of play, Liverpool are in front. And that is not only delicate, but so composed from Hines. And that's awkward. And it's 1-1, and it's an own goal. Gemma Bonner has sliced City level. Well, they always score, and they scored here quickly when they needed to. Instant response. Nasty one on the bounce for the former City player, Gemma Bonner. Given away to Shaw, another error, surely this will be punished. It is. Double figures already for Bunny Shaw, and Manchester City, who trailed oh so briefly, are now in front. And Liverpool have been making those mistakes at the back from kickoff. Absolutely their own worst enemy in this game, I'm afraid. That is way too dicey a pass. Nagano didn't have a prayer, really. He will be steaming. No wonder he's shaking his head. That pass wasn't on. It just wasn't on. The pressure again here. Giving it away. Kelly. Shaw in the middle! What a minute that would have been. And having got there, with her finishing, you almost expect her to score. It's not the worst sin to kick it long on occasion, it really isn't. Kelly here. The final action of the first half, if indeed there is time, will be a City corner. There should be time to take it, but probably not a lot else. Towards Shaw. It's in! Well, Maker made such a big effort to get there, but Bunny Shaw does have her second and City's third with what must surely be the final touch of the first half. Bunny Shaw is back on top on her own. The WSL scoring charts. That's a great take from Kelly. Roared. Good block. Missy Kearns has been Liverpool's best player by a streak today. Mistake from Hines. Gift for Bunny Shaw again. And still, she wants the goal. She'll get it. It's another hat-trick. Everyone waiting for the Bunny Shaw layoff. No chance. Not when she's on a hat-trick. Might have taken a little flick off Grace Fisk on the way through. 3 hat-tricks in 4 games, that is. Anything you could do, Lauren James, I can do too. It's a pretty blatant foul on Lauren Hemp. We've not even reached the hour mark here. Manchester City look hungry for goals 5 and beyond. Greenwood. Straight at the keeper. That's a brilliant stop to deny Chloe Kelly. And that is some recovery save from Tegan Mika. He's had a funny old game here. A couple of really bad mistakes, a couple of quite brilliant saves, and that was one of them. Different kind of blown lead for Liverpool today. Had a couple of costly ones. Actually led against City in the Cup. Here's Sophie Roman-Haug with a chance. And a good chance. Should have buried it. And a very rare save, but a fine one from Chiara Keating. Out of absolutely nothing. And that's a lovely take. Good balance that from Jill Roord to stay on her feet as well. Kelly. Firing it through. Hemper. Oh dear. Tegan Mika's day is going to get worse, I think. What colour? It looks like it's going to be yellow. I have to say, I am amazed. Tegan Mika left a little late. She's completely taken out Hemp. It is a penalty. Chloe Kelly here for 5-1. And 5-1 it is. Set it up with the wonderful through ball. Finished it off from 12 yards out. That is a thumping win. Bunny Shaw, the thumper in chief. It is 5 league wins in a row for Manchester City. It is another goal fest for them here. And Manchester City, in the wind and the rain, enjoying themselves greatly at Liverpool's expense. 5-1, the final score.
You know, we've got a lot to work to do still. You know, we're the chasing team, and of course, like you say, you can't have any slip-ups, and to be scoring the amount of goals we're doing, and Bunny getting another hat-trick obviously is impressive. So I think that's it's going to be key for us. We know we'll get chances. It's just about doing the hard part, which is scoring goals. We highlighted 3 hat-tricks in a calendar year, which is, I think, the first time that's ever happened, which is amazing. I think that she recognises the amount of chances she gets in the team. She appreciates her teammates, and she knows that if she gets into the right areas, more often than not, she's going to get real good chances.
There's not really much I can say in the moment. We'll obviously need to review the game back. We'll obviously go through clips of the players. I just think more than anything we need to make sure that we bounce back from it. You know, we had a similar defeat against Chelsea and we bounced back really well. So we just need to make sure we bounce back from it, and we've got to make sure we don't make the same mistakes again.
Yes, it all started so well for Liverpool, didn't it, Rachel? With that lovely Taylor Hines goal, and then it all kind of got away from them.
Yeah, it did. I really enjoyed that goal, to be honest. It reminded me of Alex Scott. So yeah, Taylor was just that finish there, just drifting up from that full-back position, and the finish is just superb.
Should the goalkeeper do better?
Well, firstly, I'm not quite sure why the goalkeeper is coming out here. When you've got your defenders there, you sort of, you know, allow them to do it. But to see that she's off the line, I think that's just. I'd rather talk about the finish, because that execution there, that's beautiful.
Yeah, it is. It's really well placed, isn't it? The weight of the ball back in to lob the goalkeeper was good, but very unlike City to defend in a way that they did to allow her that much space.
After they score, Liverpool then basically become their own worst enemies. How bad defensively were they at times today?
Yeah, I mean, they overplayed. You can see this one from Gemma Bonner, you know, the own goal here. I think she has to put her leg out. It's a really good delivery into the box with pace, and, you know, and she's outside of the post, so it's a bit unfortunate there. But this, you know, the goalkeeper playing out, Micah, I think, you know, playing her teammates into danger. You're playing up against a team that are probably the best pressing team in the WSL. You know, when you do that, I think you put your team under pressure. But it was just sloppy. It was slow, a short cut back, pass back to the goalkeeper there. It was just poor from Liverpool in terms of their play. Here's another one, really gifted. This is a goal. You know, played it short here, and then, you know, Bunny Shaw just pounces on it, and it's an easy goal, an easy afternoon for her. But you can see the reaction from Matt Beard. He's not happy with that. But when you're asking your team to play out from the back against a higher pressing team, it's risky.
I think Matt Beard's reaction there probably said it all about his team's performance. So the early kick-off today was Chelsea. Lauren James goes and scores a hat-trick. Bunny Shaw probably watches it on TV and goes, hold up, I can do the same.
She is, and she's probably thinking, why am I not in that FIFA Best 11? Because she had a phenomenal year. But yeah, she is. But she's unmarked here, Rachel, in the box, and you don't give somebody like Bunny Shaw that much time in the box to be able to.
She's one of the best in the air, and you can't allow her that much space. And then this, I mean, Taylor Hines won't be happy with it. I'm not quite sure who she's looking for there. It's just very casual. But you've got to love this finish. That's something you do in training.
It is. It's a cheeky training ground finish, isn't it? A bit like Russo's in the Euros a couple of years ago. But as I said, she's been in phenomenal form for the whole of 2023. Probably didn't get recognised like she should have, but she certainly scores the goals. But as you know, her manager said, she does get the chances.
There's one incident I want to talk through with you, and that is the penalty and the incident between Tegan Micah and Lauren Hemp. First of all, is it a penalty? Second of all, should this be a red card?
So there's two. For us, we kind of agreed in here that, you know, we think it's just outside the box. You'll see here. So we think it is a free kick, but in terms of the decision to give a yellow card, I think it's reckless. So whether it's in or outside the box, I think it's a sending off of the goalkeeper, Rachel.
Yeah, Rachel, no, you're wincing just watching that back, aren't you?
I don't like it, and I know that, you know, she went off and you could see her sort of walking and talking to people, but just in this coming week, I hope that she's okay, because the way she falls on her head there, her neck, her back, everything, that's going to be a sore one.
Yeah, she's lucky potentially, isn't she? And Farah, is it dangerous almost that it's not a red card?
I think it's reckless, and I think in the rule book, I mean, the rules are forever, you know, changing or manipulating rules. I think it's a reckless challenge, and as I said, I know you can't get a yellow card for denying a goal-scoring opportunity, but I think it's more than just denying the opportunity, you know, for Manchester City to score. I think the challenge itself is reckless.
Yeah, we should say Lauren Hemp has posted a photo of herself upside down on Instagram, so we think she's all right this evening. Yeah. Well, now, two of the most active sides in the January transfer window so far, West Ham and Spurs, met, each hoping their new recruits would help them on their way to 3 vital points. Watching over a windy encounter in East London is Nigel Adderley.
James with the throw-in. England patrolling the channels once again, so Thomas makes her way into the centre. England again. Artinen, Summonen, and now Clinton turning well and scoring brilliantly. And Spurs make light of the weather conditions
with a very well-constructed goal. Very good football on the edge of the penalty area, and then the turn. And a finish which gave Mackenzie Arnold absolutely no chance. High-quality goal from Tottenham. Uaiki in towards the near post. It's allowed to run, and there's the equaliser. And that's a big moment for West Ham. A team with so few goals this season, but Uaiki did really well to play the ball on. It was helped on by Asai. And that was a clever touch. And it was Shimizu who came in to apply the finish. And now an opportunity for Bizet, and Tottenham are back ahead. And West Ham caught out by the long ball. And Robert Villaham's team haven't taken long to retake the lead from the throw-in. Helped into space, and Bizet managing to find herself on the wrong side of Smith. And it was Clinton who scored the first. She made the second. Really good finish from Céline Bizet. The corner kick swirled right in towards that near post area. And now Clinton with the shot. And what a finish from Grace Clinton. And the team with more goals from outside the penalty area than any other side in the Women's Super League this season have come up with another. Well, there's some talk here between Stacey Pearson, the referee, and Nicoletta Bria, one of her assistants. And the goal's been given. And it's the perfect start to the second half for Tottenham. And the question is, was the Spurs player just in front of Arnold, obscuring her view? She certainly believes she was. The decision of the officials was there was no interference, and the goal was allowed to stand. Uaiki in behind Neville, and it's a decent cross in. Oh, it's an own goal. Evelina Summonen with a lack of communication between herself and the goalkeeper. Asai was also in there, and West Ham are back in this game. Well, Asai will claim it. Uaiki finding the space in behind Neville, and it was a good cross in. Summonen had to deal with it, and it was Asai who did get the final touch on the goal line to make it 3-2. Mewis over the free kick. And it's her delivery. Tiziak! 3-3. And Christy Mewis with her first assist in the Women's Super League. Amber Tiziak with a towering header. And Tottenham, who were 3-1 up and cruising in this game, have suddenly been pegged back. Neville, and it comes to England, and it's blocked, and it's Naz! And Tottenham are ahead once again. A first WSL goal of the season for Jessica Naz. It's her first goal in the WSL for 15 months. And in one of the games of the season so far, Spurs lead 4-3. And here is Gorry! Oh, it's off the post! Well, the Australian almost coming up with another equalising goal for West Ham.
We need to defend a little bit better. We need to make sure we don't receive 3 goals every game. But the main thing today is that we show how we want to play, and we're going to develop that. And when we do that, we're going to win with even more score.
The third goal is so blatantly offside with a player impacting the goalkeeper. The fact that they've missed that is a disgrace, if I'm honest. So these are the things that happen in games that we have got to get better at. For me, it's disappointing when you see the work ethic and the way that your team are going about it and they're not being helped out in those situations. And I'm certain it'll be talked about in the studio that third goal should never have happened.
Yes, evening, Rhian. We will come on to that incident in just a moment. But first, Farah, a 7-goal thriller. The winner coming from Jessica Naz. She simply just reacted the quickest, didn't she?
Yeah, she did. You know, it's come out here from a cross, so you'll see the cross come in. I think the defending was poor, didn't get enough contact to clear the lines. You see here, and then the shot is blocked. And Jess Naz, I don't think Mackenzie Arnold was even set for that, because Jess Naz actually a positioning. She was facing away from goal, and to hit this first time, you know, on the turn is a really, really clever finish and technically very good, and obviously the match-winning goal for Jess Naz.
Grace Clinton seems to be absolutely loving life. On loan from Manchester United at Spurs. She's involved in 3 goals today. Just how good is she, Rach?
Yeah, she was fantastic in this game. I just think this one, you know, there's players around her. She's so comfortable receiving the ball, then keeping that close control, turning, putting it on her left foot and striking it low and hard. Like that to me is a fantastic goal. And then you see a different kind of, you know, the assist obviously there for Bizet, but a different kind of goal here. You know, she's got the power. I think it must be a Tottenham thing where they're practicing training these long shots, but that just goes in like an arrow. You know, it's a fantastic goal.
It's a wonderful goal. This is one that Rhian Skinner was deeply unhappy with. She says that offside and the players impacting Mackenzie Arnold in goal. What's your take on it, Farah?
I think she was impacting her, certainly. I think as the ball's set back or fallen to Clinton on the edge of the box, you could see, I think it was James, had impeded the goalkeeper. So we'll see here, you can see we've highlighted Clinton on the edge of the box, and you can see James just nudges Arnold there. So she does impede her there. Whether she's blocking the eye line as she runs out, there was an argument behind it, because different angles show. So this angle doesn't actually show that she's blocking her eye line, more her own teammates are, but she certainly impeded her in the build-up to the goal.
Before today, West Ham had only scored 8 WSL goals all season. They may not have got anything out today, but at least they proved that they can score.
Yeah, definitely. Good goals as well. But to be honest, I think you should be expecting more from West Ham because of the team that they've got. I mean, this is a fantastic turn, ball into the box here. Players flooding the box, getting in the box. Obviously, if you're not in there, you're not going to get goals like that. And I think West Ham have so many quality players that really we should be expecting better from them.
We saw a first look of Christy Newis in the WSL today, Farah. What did you make of her?
Yeah, I thought she was really effective from set pieces. Obviously, they got the 3rd goal from the free kick, which was a set play. But even from corners, I thought she put some really good deliveries, you know, into the box. So we didn't see much of her, but what we did see, I think that she could be a real good bonus for this West Ham team.
Absolutely. Well, let's round up the rest of the WSL matches, starting on the South Coast with Bristol City's trip to Brighton. Emma Jones brings us the best of the action.
Brighton had won just one of their last 9 matches in the Barclays WSL before Sunday's game against Bristol City, but they went ahead on the half-hour mark through a fine individual effort from Elizabeth Turlant. After the interval, the visitors started strongly and came close to drawing level when Abby Harrison's strike hit the posts. Lauren Smith's side equalised from the resulting corner, with Harrison scoring from close range. Just moments later, though, and with their first real chance of the second half, Brighton restored their advantage through Katie Robinson. Bristol City were never out of the contest, and with less than 10 minutes remaining drew level once again. Carrie Jones first to the loose ball after the initial save from Sophie Bagley. However, the scoring didn't end there. Deep into stoppage time, Turland, with her 2nd of the match, broke Bristol City hearts and secured all 3 points for Melissa Phillips' side.
Unfortunately, set pieces just let Bristol back in the game a little bit too easily, and that's something that we will certainly have to be better with. So the most important thing is we walk away with 3 points and a bit of confidence in some areas that we're trying to build in possession.
Arsenal had won their last 15 Barclays WSL matches against Everton and came close to opening the scoring inside 6 minutes when Beth Mead rattled the woodwork. The hosts settled quickly into the game and broke the deadlock soon after when Victoria Pelova found Caitlin Ford. Despite their dominance, Arsenal were punished for failing to extend their lead when Katja Snuisch collected Carolina Olsen's pass and beat Manuela Zinsberger. In first half stoppage time, Beth Mead calmed the nerves by nodding home Leah Valti's cross to return the Gunners to winning ways.
Very pleased with the performance for the first 70 minutes. Of course, pleased with a win. I would have liked that to be with maybe 1 goal more in margin, and that would have made the last 15 minutes easier for us. But we learned from that as well.
Leicester City had lost all 4 previous meetings with Aston Villa in the Barclays Women's Super League, and they found themselves behind after 60 minutes on Friday night. Rachel Daly first to pounce after her initial effort was blocked. The visitors started brighter, could have been 2 up by half-time. Adriana Leon found Alicia Lehmann, but her shot was saved by Janina Leitzik. The Foxes came close late on, but Deanne Rose's shot was saved by Daphne van Domselaar before Ava Baker's strike on the rebound was cleared off the line by Sarah Mayling. A precious 3 points for Carla Ward's side.
We've had to work for it. You know, we had chances to put it to bed, both in the first half and the second half, and we've not taken them. And I think when you're not clinical, you have to ride out moments like that, and Leicester threw everything at us late on. But look, credit the players. We asked for a reaction and we got one.
Yes, after such a tough start to the season, you can see what it means to manager Carla Ward here. That was only their 4th win of the season. 3 of those have come in the last 5 matches, though. But were they lucky to win, Farah?
Yeah, I think so, and I think, you know, Carla Ward, she's quite an honest manager, and I think she says that in her interview at the end of the game, that they got the early goal. They probably could have got themselves a couple of goals ahead, and in not doing that, you bring pressure on yourself, and they did that. They had to ride a storm, but lucky for her, they picked up 3 crucial points at this stage of the season.
Villa looked to be on the way up. Leicester seem to be heading in the other direction. They've now just taken 3 points from their last 8 games. How worried should Leicester City fans be, Rachel?
To be honest, I think they started off the season really, really well, and probably everybody's expectation of them has gone up. But I don't think they'll be too worried. You don't want to slip any further down, but I think, you know, performance-wise, they just need to make sure that they're consistent in front of goal and, you know, get some points on there. But I wouldn't be too worried about them.
A good win for Arsenal, but I want to talk about how clinical they were. They had 19 shots, 6 on target, just 2 goals.
Would you be funny saying clinical? No, you heard Jonas at the end of the game. That they need, you know, that amount of opportunities in front of goal. You know, by not taking those chances, you do put yourself under pressure. We've seen this with Arsenal a couple of times this season. They just haven't got the margin as big as they would like to make those last 15, 20 minutes of games more comfortable for themselves.
Let's look towards the bottom of the table. Now, when you're scrapping for every point, you don't want to be conceding a 95th minute goal, but how crucial could this be for Brighton coming from Elizabeth Turland?
Yeah, definitely. I think this is a massive goal. You know, exciting game. Obviously, they're both battling it out, but it's a fantastic finish as well. You know, it's come to her. It's instinctive. You know, this is when you're down there at the bottom and you're battling and you want something to inject a little bit of confidence into your team. There's nothing better than a last-minute goal.
So what does that all mean for the Barclays Women's Super League table? Well, it's as you were at the top. Chelsea still 3 points clear of Manchester City and Arsenal, but United, well, they're now 10 points off the leaders, 7 adrift of 3rd place, and now joined by Liverpool and Spurs on 18 points. Brighton's late winner sees them move up to 8th. Bristol City ruining that drop point to remain bottom, but level on 5 points with West Ham. It's a worrying gap, though, appearing with those 2 sides at the foot of the table. In the Barclays Women's Championship, league leaders Charlton were in action at home to Blackburn, and the hosts took a 2-goal lead through Bethan Rowe and Melissa Phillis, before Millie Chandarana pulled one back with this incredible strike midway through the second half. Former West Ham midfielder Kate Longhurst then arguably went one better, producing this bit of skill to make it 3-1. Hannah Silcock grabbed a late second for the visitors, but Charlton held on for their 7th win of the campaign. Lewis was denied all 3 points as an Ellie Hack own goal in the 94th minute meant Durham grabbed a point. Reading and Birmingham's game was postponed due to an outbreak of illness in the Royals camp. Crystal Palace won away at London City Lionesses, and comfortable wins for Southampton and Sunderland. Charlton still a point clear of the Black Cats then. Palace, Southampton and Birmingham all within 3 points of the leaders. No wins for any of the bottom 7 sides in the league. Lewis do at least edge 2 points clear of Watford in the relegation places. The Africa Cup of Nations continues with Zambia versus Morocco live on BBC Three from 10 to 8 on Wednesday. Highlights from all the matches are available on the BBC Sport app and website. And Women's Football Weekly, a brand new podcast, is available on BBC Sounds. Ben Haynes and England women's record goal scorer Ellen White will be joined by current WSL players to discuss the latest news across the domestic and international leagues, with a new episode released every Wednesday. And next weekend, we have this.
This game belongs to all of us. Ipswich v Maidstone.
The biggest result in Maidstone United's history.
And Newport v Manchester United.
Raw, cold, perfect conditions for a shock there.
In the FA Cup 4th round. Starts Saturday at 12:15 on BBC One and iPlayer.
Having seen all the goals this weekend, then Farah, Chelsea still at the top. Have they got anything to worry about?
I think Arsenal pushed them at Manchester City, the form they're in. So, yeah, they definitely do, especially without Sam Kerr.
Rachel?
Yeah, it's not over yet.
Who are you backing apart from Chelsea then?
Apart from Chelsea, you're suggesting I'm backing Chelsea? No, I'm joking. No, I think exactly the 3 that Farah said will be up there, and it'll be fun to watch the final games.
Yes, absolutely. Well, that's all we have time for. We'll be back, of course, next Sunday. Farah, Rachel, thank you for your company as always. Can you believe it? We're at the halfway stage of the WSL season. No Kerr, no problem for Chelsea. They've got Lauren James. Bye for now.
The WSL is back after the winter break. James, 1-0. Lovely ball over the top. It's James. Never in doubt.